911, what's the location of your emergency?
We found my friend Catie dead.
A soldier's wife, stabbed, stuffed in a concrete box. Simpsonville, 2016. Catie Blauvelt vanishes. Her husband John flees with a teenage lover. A knife in her neck, a confession in his journal. This isn't just murder, it's a scandal that rocked a town to its core. Only we peel back every layer. The manhunt, the trial, the conspiracies no one else dares touch. Buckle up, this is the deepest dive you'll ever get. Welcome to Dark Chronicles, where shadows hide the truth. Imagine a quiet night in Simpsonville, South Carolina, October 24th, 2016. A small town where neighbors bake cakes, where secrets rarely fester. But tonight, something's wrong. Catie Blauvelt, a tiny 5'1" spark, a free spirit who'd cuddle any stray dog, vanishes. Her phone's dead. Her PetSmart shift ends, and she's gone. Her mom, Patty Pyre, paces, heart pounding. She's never late, Patty whispers, dialing again. Nothing. 2 days crawl by, dread thickening the air. Then, past midnight on October 26th, a call jolts the police chief awake. "We've got a body," the voice crackles. Officers race to an abandoned farmhouse, dilapidated, eerie, a shadow against the soft southern sky. Down in the basement, they find her. Catie, 22, mangled, stuffed into a concrete box like discarded trash. A knife blade gleams, lodged in her neck. "This is no accident," an officer mutters, voice tight. "This is murder." The scene's a horror show. Her body's folded, knees bent, arms twisted, crammed into that cold, rectangular tomb. Blood crusts the edges, a brutal signature. Who does this? Investigator Cheryl Schofield breathes, flashlight trembling. Her partner, Keith Moorcraft, kneels closer. Stabbed, deep, precise, his jaw clenched. Someone wanted her gone. They cordon it off, yellow tape slicing through the dark. Simpsonville's charm shatters. Murder's rare here, but this is personal. Patty's on the phone, sobbing. "My baby, she touched so many lives," she cries. Who'd hurt her? One name burns in everyone's mind. John Blauvelt, her husband, the army recruiter with the crisp uniform and a smile that hid shadows. Police don't wait. They track John down, his Fountain Inn home just miles away. "Your wife's dead," Moorcraft says, watching his face. John blinks, nods, distressed, sure, but off. "Where'd you find her?" He skips. "How'd she die?" "Nothing. Just, am I charged?" The room stills. He's not shocked. Schofield whispers outside. He knows. John's a soldier. Trained to kill. Trained to vanish. Days later, he proves it, gone, fleeing the state with Hannah Thompson, his 17-year-old girlfriend, in tow. He's running, Moorcraft growls, slamming the desk, and she's with him. Patty's terror spikes. "You'll never find him," she gasps. The U.S. Marshals get the call. This is their game now. Step 1, the scene. Forensic swarm. Prints, blood, that blade. She fought, a text says, spotting scrapes on her hands. Dragged here? Killed outside? Schofield nods, scanning the yard. Theories churn. John snapped, Moorcraft bets. She wanted out, he couldn't let her go. Another angle looms. Hannah. "The kid's obsessed," Schofield muses. Catie was in her way. The hunt's on. John's a ghost, but they've got a trail to chase. The hunt for John Blauvelt is on, and Simpsonville's police aren't sleeping. Catie Blauvelt's body, stabbed, folded into that concrete box, screams urgency. "He's trained, military," Detective Cheryl Schofield says, voice low. "We need the big guns." U.S. Marshals step in, fugitive hunters, eyes sharp, boots ready. John's a killer on the move, a deputy marshal grunts, studying his file. Iraq vet, weapons expert, dangerous. October 28, 2016, just days after Catie's body turns up, John's gone, vanished with Hannah Thompson, the 17-year-old who's glued to him. Where's he headed? Keith Moorcraft snaps, poring over maps. Texas? West Coast? They've got nothing, yet. Forensics dig in at the farmhouse. That knife blade, snapped off in Catie's neck, gets bagged. Surgical strike, a tech mutters, tracing the wound. He knew where to hit. Blood's outside too, smeared grass, a trail to the basement. She died out here, Schofield theorizes, pointing. Dragged in after. No prints but hers, no strangers, just a struggle. Her phone's missing, later found ditched in water nearby. He's covering tracks, Moorcraft says, eyes narrowing. They replay John's interview, calm, detached. I didn't kill her, he'd said, voice flat. Don't know who did. Then he bolts. Guilty as sin, Schofield spits. He knew we were closing in. Theories swirl. It's the marriage, Moorcraft insists, pacing. She wanted a divorce, ruined his army gig. John's career, his pride, took a hit after a 2016 domestic call. Catie told cops he'd pointed a gun at her, threatened her life. He wrecked me. He'd raged. She'd cost him his recruiting post. Motives revenge, Schofield nods, or control. Hannah's shadow looms larger. She's in love, a deputy marshal warns. Obsessed. Catie was the obstacle. Did she push him? Help him? They question her dad. Hannah's been AWOL weeks. She's with him, he stammers. God knows what he'll do to her. Marshals track the trail. November 18, 2016, John's charged with murder. His red Yukon truck pings. License plate readers catch it in Texas, New Mexico, heading west. He's fast, a marshal growls, clock ticking. ATM shots surface. John, casual, withdrawing cash, Hannah at his side. She's not scared, Schofield notes, frowning. She's in on it. They scour his phone, texts wiped but recoverable. He met Catie that day, Moorcraft says, piecing it. PetSmart, last sighting. Witnesses saw her leave work, John's truck nearby. Lured her, Schofield bets. Planned it. The farmhouse wasn't random. John knew it. A perfect dump spot. Patty Pyre's breaking. My girl's gone, she sobs, clutching Catie's photo. He's free, laughing somewhere. The marshals grit their teeth. We'll get him, one vows, staring at John's mugshot. Tattoos, scars, a face they'll hunt to the ends of the earth. The chase is live. John's a ghost, but ghosts leave shadows. John Blauvelt's a phantom now, slipping through states, red Yukon roaring west with Hannah Thompson's shotgun. Simpsonville's cops and U.S. Marshals burn the midnight oil. Catie Blauvelt's murder demands justice. He's mocking us, Detective Keith Moorcraft growls, slamming a fist on grainy ATM footage. John, smirking, cash in hand, Hannah trailing like a shadow. November 2016 drags on. Weeks since her body turned up, stabbed, stuffed in that farmhouse box. He's trained to disappear, a marshal warns, voice taut. But we're better. They chase license plate reader hits. Texas, New Mexico, gone before boots hit the ground. Seconds count, Schofield mutters, eyes bloodshot. He's winning. The farmhouse yields more. Blood outside, smeared, deliberate, traces a path. He killed her in the yard, Cheryl Schofield says, kneeling by the grass. Dragged her down. That blade in her neck. X-rays show it snapped mid-thrust, lodged deep. Personal, a tech whispers. Anger drove this. Her phone surfaces, cracked, waterlogged, tossed in a puddle nearby. He's erasing her, Moorcraft snaps. They pull John's records, text to Catie, October 24th, 2016. Meet me, one reads, hours before she vanished. PetSmart co-workers nod. She left at 5, happy, normal, one says, voice shaking. Then nothing. His truck lingered. Witnesses swear it, lurking near the lot. Theories harden. It's revenge, Moorcraft insists, pacing. She torched his career. Divorce was the last straw. A 2016 gun incident. John raging, you ruined me, echoes loud. He blamed her, Schofield agrees. Military was his life. Hannah's role twists the knot. She's his puppet, a marshal grunts. In love, maybe pushed him to do it. Her dad's frantic. Hannah's missing, tethered to a killer. She's 17, he pleads. He'll hurt her too. They grill her first interview, nervous, evasive. I don't know, she'd mumbled, eyes darting. Liar, Schofield hisses. She knows plenty. DNA's pending, John's phone the blade, but they've got enough to chase. Marshals widen the net. He's westbound, a deputy tracks, pinning hits. Oregon, maybe Washington. Photos leak. John and Hannah shopping, carefree like Bonnie and Clyde. He's taunting us, Moorcraft fumes, staring at a timestamp, November 25th. Patty Pyre's unraveling. My baby's in a box, she sobs on local news, clutching Catie's dog tags. She tried the army too, discharged for a bad spine. He's out there, free. Pressure mounts. Simpsonville demands answers. We're close, a marshal vows, tracing a tip. Hannah's voice faint on a payphone. She's cracking, Schofield bets. Reality's hitting. The chase shifts. December 2016, a break. Hannah calls home, scared, muddy, stranded. The truck's stuck, she whispers. Pacific Northwest, mountains. John's confession spills, she tells cops. He said he did it for me. The marshals pounce, coordinates lock. A muddy trail awaits. He's ours, Moorcraft breathes, adrenaline surging. Catie's killer's running out of road. The Pacific Northwest looms cold and muddy. December 2016, and John Blauvelt's luck is slipping. His red Yukon's stuck, tires spinning in a mountain mire. Hannah Thompson shivering beside him. We hiked miles, she later tells cops, voice trembling. He said it was for me, Catie's death. U.S. Marshals zero in. Hannah's call home, a desperate crack in her loyalty, hands them a lifeline. He confessed, Detective Cheryl Schofield repeats, stunned, briefing the team. Stabbed her, for Hannah. Coordinates ping. Oregon backroads, remote, perfect for a fugitive. He's cornered, Keith Moorcraft says, voice tight, studying the map. Let's move. The hunt's alive. Boots hit the ground, radios crackling. Simpsonville's evidence piles up. That blade in Catie Blauvelt's neck, DNA trickles in. John's skin cells faint but there. He held it, a tech confirms, voice low. No doubt. Blood outside the farmhouse, hers smeared, matches the drag marks. He killed her fast, Schofield theorizes, tracing the path. Dumped her after. Her phone, waterlogged, yields texts. John's last lure, meet me, talk. He planned it, Moorcraft growls, slamming the file. Lied from day one. Hannah's story shifts the game. She dropped him at PetSmart, October 24th, then hid Catie's car. I didn't know, she'd claimed, eyes wet, until he told me. Schofield scoffs. She's in deep, accessory at least. Marshals stalk the woods. John's a soldier, trained to kill, but desperate now. He's panhandling, a deputy reports, voice sharp. Change for food, sloppy. Tips flood. Sightings, a tattooed man with a teen girl, ragged, hungry. He's breaking, Moorcraft bets, adrenaline pumping. Hannah's unraveling too, romance fades in the muck. He blamed me, she whispers to cops later. Said I made him do it. They press her, where's he now? I left him, she mumbles. Don't know. Patty Pyre's on TV, pleading. My girl's gone, he's laughing, she sobs, clutching Catie's photo. Animals her joy, now her mom's only memory. Theories lock in. It's obsession, Schofield says, pacing. Hannah wanted Catie gone. John delivered. Moorcraft nods. And revenge, she wrecked his army life. That gun incident, John's threats, seals it. He snapped, a marshal adds, or planned, either way, he's done. Evidence mounts. Cell pings tie him to PetSmart, the farmhouse a known haunt from his recruiting days. He picked it, Schofield realizes, chilled. Hideout ready. November 18th, 2016. Murder charges stick. John's a fugitive, but the net's tightening. We're close, a deputy vows, eyeing a fresh tip. A woman's address, Oregon, linked to Hannah's call. Years tick by. John's a ghost, but not invisible. He's beating us, Moorcraft fumes. Retired, but haunted. Patty's voice cracks on air. Find him, for Catie. Then, 2022, a break. Marshals stake a house, tattoos match. A man slips out. It's him, a deputy hisses, pulse racing. The chase ends. John's road runs dry. September 2024. The courtroom doors creak open in Simpsonville, South Carolina, and the air's thick with tension. John Blauvelt, caught after 6 years on the run, stands trial for murdering Catie Blauvelt. The gallery's packed. Patty Pyre, Catie's mom, grips her daughter's photo, eyes burning. He took my baby, she whispers, voice raw. Prosecutors Kinley Abney and John Metz stride in, files heavy with evidence. This isn't a mystery, Abney booms, facing the jury. John stabbed his wife, dumped her like trash for a teenage girl and revenge. They roll it out. DNA on the blade, blood outside the farmhouse. Hannah Thompson's words, he did it for me. Jurors shift, faces grim. 8 years since Catie's death, and the horror's fresh. Witnesses take the stand. Patty's first, voice trembling but fierce. Catie was light, loved animals, people, she says, tears spilling. He snuffed her out. Ally Somerville, Catie's friend, follows, nervous, eyes darting to John. He told me, she testifies, voice low. Stabbed her neck, covered the blood with dirt. Gasps ripple. John's blank stare chills the room. Hannah's the linchpin. 17 then, 25 now. He confessed, she says, handshaking. Said he threw her phone in water. Did it for us. Prosecutor Metz presses. No deal. You're facing 55 years. Why talk? Hannah swallows. It's right. She was my friend. Jurors lean in. Truth or guilt? Defense fights back. Paul Neely and Anna Walker take the floor. Hannah's a liar, Neely snaps, voice sharp. Changed her story. Blame John to save herself. They grill her. Years of lies to cops, friends. You've lied before, Walker pushes. Yes, Hannah admits, head down. But not now. DNA's their shield. None on the blade ties John directly, just traces. No hard proof, Neely argues, pacing. She could have died elsewhere. Someone else dumped her. Metz fires back. No DNA? His journal says it. I did it. They flash it. John's scrawl bold. For you. That's his voice, Abney thunders. His kill. The clash heats up. He snapped, Neely pleads, hands wide. Career ruined. Catie leaving. Not planned. Metz scoffs. Snapped with a knife? Dragged her? Covered tracks? He plays the nine call. John's flat tone. No shock. He knew she was dead. Acted it. Patty's sister Jennifer speaks, voice breaking. She prayed for kids. He gave her a grave. John's face stays stone. No flinch. No tears. Monster, a juror whispers, audible in the hush. Verdict nears. September 20th, 2024. Guilty, life, no parole. Cheers erupt. Patty collapses, sobbing. Justice, she gasps, not enough. Outside, the storm brews. Simpsonville's not done. John's cuffed, led off. But Catie's story's just starting to roar. The world's about to weigh in. The gavel falls, September 20th, 2024, and John Blauvelt's fate is sealed. Life without parole for Catie Blauvelt's murder. Simpsonville's courthouse buzzes, but the quiet doesn't last. Outside, cameras swarm. Patty Pyre steps into the light, clutching Catie's photo. My girl's gone, she says, voice cracking on local news. He's caged, but it's not enough. Channels pounce. ABC's 2020 airs Soldier's Wife Stabbed. Millions tune in. He traded her life for a teenage fantasy, the host intones, cutting to that farmhouse. Dark, crumbling, a tomb on screen. Social media ignites. Catie Blauvelt trends, thousands tweeting fury. Life's too soft, one posts. He planned it, bragged in his journal. Clips of Hannah's testimony. He did it for me, go viral, racking up views. The public's hooked. I saw it live, an ex-user writes, voice shaky in a clip. Felt her mom's pain, chilling. True crime YouTubers jump. The recruiter's revenge hits 1 million clicks. He lured her from PetSmart, a host narrates, pacing. Stabbed her, dumped her for Hannah. Comments flood. Monster. She deserved better. That red Yukon, John and Hannah fleeing, haunts. They shopped, laughed. A TikToker zooms indignant. She's dead. He's carefree. Newspapers run bold. Greenville News, soldiers fall, murder in Simpsonville. The journal entry, I did it, splashes everywhere, ink damning him anew. He wrote his guilt, a pundit snaps on CNN. No remorse. Conspiracy theories flare. Hannah's the killer, a Reddit thread claims 5,000 upvotes strong. John's covering, she stabbed Catie. No proof, just whispers, but it spreads. What about the army? Another ex-post muses. Hid him, protected their own. Marshals scoff, tattoos his truck, his words bury that. He's lone, a deputy grunts on air. No cabal, just a coward. Still, chatter grows. Some see Hannah as mastermind, John her pawn. She's too calm, a podcaster insists, voice tense. Knew too much. Others rage at her sentence, none yet, trial pending. She hid him, jail her too, a petition roars, 20,000 signatures deep. Simpsonville splits, grief and anger collide. He was our hero, a neighbor tells Fox Carolina, voice hollow. Now this. Vigils light up, candles for Catie thought, her love for animals remembered. She'd save any stray, a friend sobs, holding a puppy on camera. Patty fights the noise. She's not your theory, she pleads on WSPA, eyes wet. She's my light, funny, free. Photos flood ex-Catie at PetSmart, smiling, pushing back the dark. He doesn't own her. Her sister Jennifer vows, voice firm. The storm's loud, but Catie's voice cuts through, soft and fierce. Simpsonville's still reeling. John Blauvelt's life sentence doesn't quiet the storm over Catie Blauvelt's murder. October 2024, and the media's relentless. CBS airs 48 Hours Death in the Farmhouse, pulling millions. He stabbed her for love and spite, the host growls, panning that concrete box, Katie's grim resting spot. Online, it's a war zone. Justice for Catie spikes, thousands raging. He's locked up. Good, a Twitter user snaps. But Hannah's free? She helped. Her testimony, he said he did it for me, loops on TikTok, millions dissecting her tears. Crocodile tears, one comments, voice dripping scorn. She's guilty too. True crime podcasts explode. Killer on the Run tops charts. John's journal sealed it, a host says, voice low. I did it, cold as ice. Conspiracy theories twist tighter. Hannah planned it, an ex-thread insists, 10,000 likes piling up. Dropped him off, knew he'd kill. Another spins, Army hushed it, career soldier gone rogue. No evidence, just noise, but it's loud. That farmhouse wasn't random, a YouTuber zooms, voice tense. John scouted it, someone helped. Marshals roll their eyes on air. His tattoos, his truck, solo job, a deputy snaps. End of story. Still, whispers grow. Hannah's dad fuels it, telling Fox, she's hiding more, my girl's no angel. Her trial looms, accessory charges, and petitions hit 50,000. Lock her up, a protester yells on local news, waving Katie's photo. The public split, rage at John, unease with Hannah. He was our recruiter, a teen tells WSPA, voice hollow. Cool guy, then this. That Yukon chase, Texas to Oregon, haunts TV screens, John's smirk and ATM shots chilling. He laughed while we mourned, a vigil speaker cries, voice breaking. Newspapers double down, the state, soldier's wife betrayed. Patty Pyer's face is everywhere, pleading on CNN. My Catie loved life, she says, clutching a dog leash. Her daughter's PetSmart days, her lifeline. He stole that. Socials flood, her smile, her animals drowning the dark. She's not his victim. Ally Somerville posts, voice firm. She's ours. Grief turns to action. Simpsonville lights up. Vigils glow. Hundreds chant, Catie, Catie, candles flickering. She'd hate this chaos. A friend tells WEF, holding a stray cat, Katie's legacy. A PetSmart fund starts, $5,000 for animal rescues, in her name. Her heart, Patty whispers on air, tears falling. That's her. The storm rages, conspiracy nuts versus mourners, but her light holds. John's caged, Hannah's fate hangs, and Katie's story echoes, raw, unstoppable. John Blauvelt's locked away, life without parole, but Catie Blauvelt's story won't fade. Simpsonville, October 2024, hums with unrest. That farmhouse, her concrete grave, haunts every screen. ABC reruns 2020, soldier's wife stabbed, millions gripped. He killed her for a girl and a grudge, the host intones, cutting to John's journal. I did it. Bold, damning. Online, it's a wildfire. Catie lives surges, thousands honoring her. She's free now, a Twitter user posts, voice soft, sharing her PetSmart smile. But fury reigns. Hannah Thompson's untried status stings. She hid him, helped him. A TikTok rants, racking millions. Jail her. True crime YouTube explodes. The fugitive recruiter hits 2 million views. He confessed to her, a host snaps, pacing. She's no innocent. Conspiracy chatter peaks. Hannah's the brain. An ex-thread roars. 15,000 likes deep. Dropped him off. Planned it all. Another spins. Army buried it. Protected him till he snapped. Marshals scoff on Fox. His DNA, his truck, his words, a deputy growls. Solo killer. Still, noise swells. Some peg the farmhouse as a setup. Too perfect, a podcaster muses, voice tense. Someone scouted it. No proof. Just shadows, but it sticks. Hannah's dad stokes it on whiff. She lied, knows more. Her trial's set, accessory charges, and petitions soar. 75,000 demand justice. She covered for a monster, a protester yells, clutching Katie's photo. Simpsonville's torn, grief battles outrage. He recruited my kid, a mom tells USPA, voice hollow. Now this. That chase, Texas to Oregon, John's smirk in ATM clips, loops endlessly, chilling. He mocked us, a vigil speaker cries, voice raw. Newspapers scream, Post and Courier, soldier's betrayal ends in life. Patty Pyer's everywhere, CNN tear-streaked. My Catie loved animals, she says, holding a leash. He stole her light. Socials fight back, her laughter, her strays flooding feeds. He doesn't own her. Jennifer Pyer vows on air, voice fierce. We do. Her legacy rises, Simpsonville glows. Vigils blaze, thousands light candles, chanting her name. She'd save every dog, Ally Somerville tells Fox, cradling a kitten, Katie's spirit. A fund doubles, $10,000 for rescues, her dream reborn. That's my girl, Patty whispers, smiling through tears. John's caged. Hannah's fate teeters, but Katie's voice thunders. 8 years since that stab, her story's alive, raw, eternal.